Welcome to Cascade High School's commencement ceremony for the class of 2020. Please welcome the presentation of the colors presented by the Everett Public Schools Navy Junior ROTC students, to be followed by the national anthem sung by the Cascade Choir under the direction of Miss Taylor Clark.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave?
I would like to start with a very warm recognition and congratulations to a group of people who have worked hard to support our graduates, to help you meet your goals and to be here today. I want to recognize the parents, guardians, families, and friends of our graduating seniors. Thank you for your encouragement, patience, and support. I want to recognize some key people today. Please welcome our school board directors, School Board President Caroline Mason, School Board Vice President Pam Lassane, and School Board members Director Tracy Mitchell, Director April Berg, and Director Andrew Nichols. Please also welcome our Superintendent, Dr. Ian Saltzman, Deputy Superintendent, Dr. Peter Scott, and Assistant Superintendents, Dr. Sally Lancaster, Dr. Jeannie Willard, and Mr. Larry Fleckenstein. Also important to recognize today are Assistant Principals Miss Megan Claus, Miss Jessica Easthope, and Mr. Michael Washington. Cascade graduates of 2020, congratulations on this, your commencement. As the state of this ceremony demonstrates, and as we've seen in the last few weeks, the world you are exiting high school into is a very different world than you entered high school in. When 2020 started, I had planned on writing this speech in March. I never got to it. the daily uncertainty of a worldwide shelter in place brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic, and the worldwide outrage and protests at the brutal murders of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and countless others, has significantly altered our world in a few months' time. Given the state of our world right now, I will be honest in that I have struggled to find the words to say for this ceremony. In each of our own ways, we are trying to process what is going on right now with personal moments of reckoning and reflection. I'm sure that you, like me, are a mixture of emotions right now, each of them legitimate. I think why I found writing this speech so challenging is that words are only that, words. It's what we do during historical moments that's important. And I certainly think it is safe to say that you are graduating in a historical moment. When I was growing up, I remember wondering if the people in history knew that they were living in historical moments. I found that the answer to that question is rarely universal, but occasionally there are moments that have the capacity to be universal in their impact, to be more than just a moment, but a movement, a shift to a wider consciousness and a will to act. I feel that this time we are living in has that capacity. I certainly hope it does. Commencement is ultimately about beginnings. To commence is to begin. The use of the word commencement indicates that this ceremony symbolizes a collective and individual beginning for you. It's about stepping out of the structure and boundaries of school into the challenges of a wider and often more complex world. Maybe the difference for your class is that the complexity of that world has never been as clear and obvious to all of us. And beginnings are primarily about change and progress. In the 12 years you've been in school, you have changed from small children from all sorts of places and backgrounds around the world into young adults ready to step out and make a difference in that world. That we cannot be here today together is bittersweet. But you will always share this moment, this place, this accomplishment. It's often a little scary to take these steps out of where you have been into a new and bigger world. It reflects that the progress and change that make up a true beginning can also be a little scary in that it requires you to end a part of you, to close the door on one phase of your life and open a new door and courageously step out into it, not knowing what awaits. It reveals that a key component of growth is the need to bring about an end to a previous way of being, of thinking, of acting, all the while leaning into the unknown. Cascade class of 2020, you are now there. You are today bringing about the end of one phase of your life and entering a new phase. Many of you will be doing this work in progress and change at universities and colleges. Some will be doing it in apprenticeships and internships and work. Others will be headed into the armed forces or other civil services. Some will be taking a gap year before continuing studies. Some are not sure yet. Nevertheless, letting go and starting new can be immensely powerful, productive, and edifying, and ultimately is what is required for true growth. Part of what has made me proud to have been your principal this last year and to have known you over your 4 years are your kindness, your leadership, your perseverance, your focus on serving others, your ability to speak out and to stand up for those who were in need, and most recently, though I will remember this class in many ways, your courage and resilience during these last few months will always impact me. The author James Baldwin once said that neither love nor terror makes one blind. Indifference makes one blind. It is a sentiment that I think we should all heed, whether as a group or individually, now more than ever. The blindness that comes from indifference is an enemy of progress. I challenge you to fight that indifference throughout your lives. Don't allow your life to just be. Have the courage to live passionately. Care, fight, love, be the change you want to see in the world. We certainly need you to be. I'm going to close my message to you with a poem from Gwendolyn Brooks titled Speech to the Young, Speech to the Progress Toward. Say to them, say to the down keepers, the sun slappers, the self-soilers, the harmony hushers. Even if you are not ready for the day, it cannot always be night. You will be right. for that is the hard home run. Live not for battles won, live not for the end of the song, live in the along. Congratulations and thank you, Cascade High School Class of 2020. Now I would like to introduce this year's Cascade Hall of Fame inductees. The first graduating class at Cascade in 1963 wanted to honor the top 1% of the senior class and created the Hall of Fame. Following this tradition in March this year, each teacher was given the opportunity to nominate those seniors who have made the greatest overall contribution to Cascade High School and who best represent their class in terms of academics, athletics, and activities. Top 10 nominees were listed on a ballot, and that list was narrowed to a top 10 by a vote of their senior peers. The top 10 finalists were interviewed by a panel of teachers for final selection into the Hall of Fame. The names of the newly inducted students will be engraved on a plaque displayed permanently in the Hall of Fame showcase at Cascade. The following 4 students have been selected to represent the class of 2020 of Cascade High School in the Hall of Fame: Cameron Areola, Madeline Barrett, Brock Gillis, Ainsley Jordan. Congratulations to the new members of Cascade's Hall of Fame. At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Ian Saltzman, Superintendent of Everett Public Schools, to announce the Superintendent's Scholar Award.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce Cascade High School's Superintendent Scholarship for Excellence winner, Hannah Tran. The words that seem to be consistently connected with Hannah Tran are driven, motivated, inquisitive, intentional. And certainly, her list of accomplishments points towards those qualities. Hannah has served as a student representation on the school board, served on the Everett Public Schools Policy Review Council, was a member of Cascade's National Honor Society, and was 2019 AP Scholar with distinction and National AP Scholar Award recipient, just to name a few accomplishments. Hannah's teachers say she works hard to understand many perspectives. She sees every learning opportunity as important on its own merit and a way to improve herself, and not just a checkoff list. She thinks deeply about global issues and is committed to social justice and really wants to enhance the world around her. She truly is once-in-a-career type of the student, an outstanding leader. Hannah has a strong sense of authenticity and clarity of purpose and truly embodies the idea of a lifelong learner. Please join me in congratulating the Cascade High School Superintendent Scholarship for Excellence winner, Ms. Hannah Tran.
Thank you, Dr. Saltzman, and congratulations to our Superintendent Scholar nominees and to the Superintendent Scholar, Hannah Tran. Next, I would like to introduce your first class speaker giving a speech titled It's a Bruin Thing, Zulaini Abundio.
I want to thank Google, Wikipedia, and whoever invented copy and paste. Good night, everybody. Just kidding. We did it. Here we are. It's been an emotional roller coaster. 12 years of going to school for 5 days a week, spending 7.5 hours, 450 minutes a day. We went through everything together. Heartbreaks, drama, friendships, starting and ending, emotional times, and so much more. We've been through it all. Hopefully, when listening to my speech, you all realize none of the drama or negative vibes we had during our years of school were important. We are here all together, thinking and wondering where everyone will go and how much we'll miss each other. At the end, it didn't matter. We will be wishing the best of luck to each other, crying because we'll be talking about our friendships in elementary and middle school. Going to school was an emotional roller coaster. I want to thank my friends from then and now, family, acquaintances, teachers, everyone who has pushed me to do my best. Despite the amount of times I was told to put my phone away, do homework at home, speak more, and how smart I am, even though I rarely knew anything, it brings me joy to be here with all of you. Some who I've known since we were learning how to read, some who I know now. We made it together. To anyone here who has not graduated yet, I'm going to tell you something. Skipping school isn't cool. Don't put your future at risk by smoking or drinking. If you disagree, I promise you that most of these graduates will tell you it's true. And I don't make promises unless I really mean it. Eventually, near the end, you will think back to how you really did mess up, and now you won't be able to sit there with all your friends during your graduation and walk down the aisle to grab your diploma because it's too late to fix your grades or attendance and you didn't realize it sooner. I've been where you are right now, listening to someone say that what I said and think that it's dumb. that it's not true and you won't miss anyone or you don't care about anything from school. I rarely got to be here today. I caught myself just in time. Even though I'm not like the other ones wanting to go on to college after this, either nearby or halfway around the world, I'm so glad to be here today. I have my own plan. I don't know where I'm going, but I know God has a plan for me. I may go to school eventually, and if I choose to, I will be successful. I know every Cascade graduate will be successful in their own way, going to school or not. I wish you all the best in life, and I can't wait to see all your photos and videos being posted on Instagram as time goes by. As you move forward with your life, you will be stuck on making decisions most of your life. If you're ever stuck trying to make a decision, choose the one that you would regret not making later. I will hold you all a special place in my heart. We did it, class of 2020. Don't forget, once a Bruin, always a Bruin.
Thank you, Zelani. We appreciate the time and energy you put into your words. At this time, I would like to introduce the Cascade Band under the direction of Mr. Mark Staley. They will be performing a piece entitled Americans We by Henry Fillmore. Thank you, Mr. Staley and members of the Cascade Band. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's recipient of the Principals Award, given to students who have maintained a 4.0 GPA through their years at Cascade High School. This year's recipients maintained this perfect grade point average while taking a very rigorous course load. Congratulations to Devin Austin, Ian Belke, Jasmine Brar, Viviane Boy Nguyen, Daisy Cisneros, Madeline Moeller, Tien Tran, Brianna T., and Karen Vo on this accomplishment. Your next class speaker is your classmate, Ainsley Jordan, giving a speech titled Our Unique Journey.
Our unique journey. There are a lot of mixed feelings about today. For a day we were so certain our entire lives that if we worked hard, we would be rewarded with a cap and gown and a walk across a stage. But in the past couple months, many of our expectations of 2020 have not been fulfilled. I questioned if I should even put something together to say to you all today, but after some encouragement, I thought to myself, why let this situation take one more thing away? Even if we aren't celebrating in the way we've always imagined, today is about reminiscing on the memories, recognizing our accomplishments, and moving on to our insanely bright futures ahead. I want to start by reminding you all of all the things a virus can't take away from us. All the memories. The 4 years of winning Battle for Broadway, 3.5 years of texting our friends, I'll meet you at the Bear, 2 years of winning the Homecoming Spirit Trophy, 1.5 years of going to the tech center because you thought your computer was broken, or maybe that was just me, 1 year of getting to be seniors, but forever the class of 2020. Quite some time ago, I read a book called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. At the time, I really didn't love reading, and I remember choosing this book because it was the shortest of the list my English teacher gave as suggestions. I was told it was a quick read, so I read it. The book is about a boy who is told there's treasure in some faraway land. So he goes out to find this treasure, and I don't want to spoil the ending, but he meets all these people along his voyage, and he realizes it's not about what he finds in the end, but the journey he took to get there. Those of us who have been here since freshman year, we walked into the gym on our first day of school, and a poster on the wall read, 1,376 days until freshman graduation. It seemed like it would be a lifetime before the day would come, but here we are. After hundreds of math problems, quite a few essays, and more than enough Zoom meetings later, we still get to say, we made it. Sure, this is not the graduation or celebration we envisioned or deserve, and yes, our journey of our last year is extremely unique. But I encourage you to look at this situation in a different way. See the 1,376-day journey. That is what matters, even though our endings still may feel unfinished. Now, unique is a loaded word, and our lives are the epitome of it. We began our time on this earth with the devastation of 9/11, and here we are ending our high school careers in a world pandemic. Just think about that. The definition of unique is being the one and only of its kind. To the class of 2020, we are the only ones of our kind with bookends to capture these past 18 years. So now it's time to go start a new journey. You hear the saying, no rain, no flowers, and right now it seems as though the flower beds are flooded. But this is 1 year. Out of the 1,376 days since we entered the gym, 92 were taken away, and while those were predicted to be the best time of our lives, it's only 7% of our high school journey. We are so much more than 92 days. 1 year of getting to be seniors, but forever the class of 2020. Sometimes we need to go through the really bad things in our lives to get to the great things later on. We're a special group of people, and while I don't get to look out and see all your faces, I know the flowers will eventually bloom. Thank you.
Thank you, Ainsley. Thank you for your thoughtfulness. And now I would like to introduce the final student speaker, your classmate, Haziel Lopez, giving a speech titled, Expect the Unexpected.
Hello, everyone. My name is Haziel Lopez. Now, this isn't exactly how I pictured giving a graduation speech, and I'm sure this isn't how you expected to hear one either. But if there's anything that we've learned from this year, is that we truly need to expect the unexpected. We've spent the last 13 years of our lives going through the school system, growing up alongside people that we never would have met if it weren't for school. We had our elementary, middle, and high school crushes that we may be too embarrassed to admit now. We would gain friendships, but sadly end up losing some as well. But most importantly, we found people who we'd grow up to call not only our best friends, but family. I remember in the 8th grade, I would sit in Mr. Gravel's class after listening to his fact of the day and hearing all those crazy stories that he told. Thinking to myself, I wonder what that must have been like. Little did I know that during our senior year, we'd be living through one of those events. Going into senior year, we had a lot of big expectations. We were off to a great start. We weren't going to slow down anytime soon. At least we thought we weren't going to. On March 13th, we unknowingly experienced the last day of school on campus. And then, in the blink of an eye on April 6th, we were notified that there would be a closure of schools for the remainder of the school year. Everything would be online. I remember sitting at my desk in silence, slowly processing what had just happened. I immediately texted my friends in disbelief. Our expectations for what remained of senior year were shattered. Athletes wouldn't be able to experience their last seasons of high school sports. For baseball, we had been waiting all school year to make our state run for our final year, and we sadly weren't given the opportunity. Every athlete in our school was devastated. For some athletes, this was their last year ever playing the sport that they loved. We wouldn't be able to have one last dance, a moment that a lot of us had been waiting for. What followed were voids of the unknown. Nobody had any idea for what was ahead. The only thing that we had left was hope. Hope that we'd still be able to do something that would even resemble a graduation. Hope that it wouldn't have to be online only. And thanks to the hope which we shared, we were able to experience something that at least resembles what we had all been looking forward to. Now, as we move forward, we need to live to expect the unexpected. We have no idea for what lies ahead in our lives, and this year has really shown us that. We came in with certain expectations of what we wanted to do and what we wished would happen throughout this year. And after this graduation ceremony, some of us may never see each other again, and we're all going to split off on our own paths. But say we run into each other, 6 or something years from now, we'll be able to have a common experience knowing that we went to the same school. We held the crimson and gray high above our heads with pride for the 4 years that we were here. We were able to participate in the largest high school food drive in the state, feeding hundreds of families in our community. There were definitely times that none of us wanted to be at school. We can't lie about that. But we all realized how much it truly meant to us to be at school with our classmates during these crazy times. We struggled on some of the same tests, and we all definitely waited to do that 1,500-word essay the night before on a book we never read, UVCC. Thanks to the fact that we are all going to be alumni of Cascade, we will always have some sort of bond, whether we acknowledge it or not. I'm thankful for the friendships I made during these past 4 years, and I can't wait to continue them. Shout out to the Octet. One of the people who I'm grateful I've been able to meet throughout my 4 years was Dr. Capello. Dr. Capello was the true embodiment of what it means to have lived to expect the unexpected. Through her battle, she was incredibly strong and courageous, and each day that she was able to teach us, she brought out the best of what we could achieve, things that we didn't even know we had within us, even though she had no real idea of what was ahead in her own life. I want to thank all the teachers who were able to keep encouraging us to do our work, even though they knew we were going to procrastinate on it for days. Thank you to the staff and our principals who worked very hard to give us the best possible high school experience that we could have. Parents, you supported us through thick and thin these past 4 years, and we can't thank you enough for that. And lastly, I want to thank you all, the students, for making these past 4 years an unforgettable and unique experience that I'm sure I won't forget anytime soon. Thank you, Cascade. Thank you, Class of 2020.
Thank you, Haziel, for your inspirational and meaningful message. Normally seated around this year's graduates would be many of the staff members of Cascade High School. I would like to take a moment to thank them. This staff has worked hard and has been dedicated to the learning and growth of our students. Please join me in recognizing those dedicated professionals. We're at that part of the ceremony that I believe you've all been waiting for. Dr. Saltzman, members of the board, and honored guests, it is my privilege as principal of Cascade High School to present you the members of the class of 2020, who I certify have met the graduation requirements established by the Everett Public Schools and the state of Washington. We will now present diplomas. The readers are assistant principals Megan Claus, Jessica Easthope, and Michael Washington.
Principal Takayoshi, On behalf of the Everett Public School Board of Directors, Administration, and the State of Washington, it is my honor to accept the graduating class of 2020.
Alki John Armisen. Gerhard Anderson. Duncan Atkinson. Daniel Bowen. Jessica Brombach. Aisha Abdal Shahid. Grab a diploma, go to the X. Regina Lee Faye Brown. Go ahead and grab this and go to the X. 2 photos. Jerry Lynn Anderson. Vanessa Bassi. Irie Alberto. Hang on. Baneen Al-Bahathli. Andrew Arcan. Hussein Albu Halig. Chase Coleman. Jonathan Barshaw. Trinity Alexander. Zulene Abundio. Go ahead and grab your diploma. Amin Al-Robay. Cameron Areola. Hussein Al-Unisi. Zaya Ackles. All right, now go to the X, 2 photos. Name, okay. Michael Allen Weisinger. Ariana Carden. JC Allen. T. Bach. Devin Austin. Dominic Ball. Go ahead and go to the X. Eric Garcia Alvarez. Mustafa Al-Ani. Madeline Ann Barrett. Nelly Aguilar Santos. Christian Burgess. Andrea Bowie. Roberto Darden Cruz. Camila Antuna Toledo. Diego Cuevas. Fatima Almashadani. Nicole Bunn. Cameron Bauer. Peyton Boyce. Jasmine Brar. Keegan Bruner. Zachary Block. Brady Marcus Brown. Mehdi Al Abd. Emily Brebner. Logan Brent. Penelope Callan. Elise Bingay. Ian Belkey. Norick Del Castillo. Alyssa Marie Dictar. Maya Coates. Tyler Chrisman. McKenna Hicks. Archie Junior Beetham. Gabriella Ezra Capel. Kong Peng Even Cheng. Aisha Dungan. Dana Marilyn Edgeworth. Aaron Cotton. Madison Cook. Hannah Gaffney. Alexis Delgado. Carla Diaz Cuevas. Olivia Detloff. All right, here we go. Olivia Detloff. Jordan Del Nero. Brianna Bernal. Melissa Diaz. Ines Flores. Jenna Elizabeth Depew. Hannah Grace Darby. Jennifer Cuevas. Brennan Connor. Zoe Cole. Ellie Espinoza. Daisy Cisneros. Haley Fitzpatrick. Kiana Dancel May. Lizelle Cachilliar de Vera. Jada Espinoza. Diana Dudarov. Go ahead and go to the Garrett Drake. Torin Henderson. Herschel Cruz. Alan Garcia Luna. Juhi Chu. Ryandra Joyo Adisu Propto. Alejandro Garcia Guzman. Miranda Garcia Garcia. Doja Dorsey. Anna Rosa Guzman Amaya. Kent Ernest. Khadijah Fofana. Lily Hoffland. Crystal Doyle. Sarah Elston. Ivana Feltson. Isaiah Gay. Alyssa Ellenboss. Ashiana Emily Estrada Vargas. Ethan Joseph Garrett. Davis Eubanks. Takaya Shea Simone Garrett Todd. Richie Estrada. Michael Gillespie. Bradley Gonzalez. Jordan Harris. Tuan Ho. Joshua Duarte Valencia. Michael Glover. Anisha Birch. Leah Gavrishuk. Lizette Dela Cruz Galindo. Brock Gillis. Erica Henry. Maria Fernanda Hinojo.
Kimberly Ibarra. Jesus Escobar. Alessandra Duval. Lauren Geigley. Brian Ho. Samara Delangel. Exo Kapoy. Salah Hussein. Deacon Holt. Hussam Hassan. Rebecca Goodman. Diana Inez Gomez Pixtun. Natalie Graham. Babukar Jassy. Lauren House. Cloette Herrera. Allie Rose Gibson. Sarah Cherie Maxwell. Malia Jackson. Gloria Mendoza. Alexis Iverson Hills. Brian Guzman. Kalani Holland. Cyrus Holland. Aiden Key. Alex Kraybach. Elijah Humbird. Ray Kitt. Adriana Weezar. Isim Ka. Isabella Maria Humphreys. Cameron McKeon Johnson. Kaylee King. Devin Huen. Hannah Youngbauer. Omar Jimenez. Damian Jones. Mika Jameson. Javier Hurtado. Takia Jones. Juan Marquez. Ainsley Jordan. Joseph Jenkins. Jasmine Lewallow. Kimberly Michelle Mariel. All the way to the end. Joseph McBride. Taylor Maynard. Ilya Karkotov. Haziel Lopez. William Lindahl. Tyler Jonathan McIntosh. Zachary Larson. Efrain Moreno Lona. Taylor Larson. Micaiah Mansell. Amy Lee. Jasmarie Lopez. Yuna Lee. Leslie Luna Mercado. Alaska Luna. Caitlin Nelson. Connor Larson. Harmon Mahill. Trevor Wynn. Logan Meadows. Kathleen Reyes. Antonio Lucas Gonzalez. Stick that in your diploma cover. Colin Leighton. Alexis Nguyen. Marcelio Mendez. Ashlyn Murphy. Savannah Owen. Grace Catherine Mitchell. Grace Lahan. Reese Miyake. Henry Wynn. Right there. Shadra Martin. Kenneth Monet. Hilton Wynn. Matthew Nielsen. Donnie Wynn. Kevin Wynn. Marcus Nunez. Sydney Nelson. Zachary Mulkey. Yes. Yahaira Montero. Edgar Rendiz. Ethan No. Brandon Osorio. Anthony Nana. Obadiah Ortiz McGlory. Catherine Perryfor.
Yarisa Paleo. Dylan Reed. Dante McMurphy McMillan. Anna Marie Topete. Victoria Monhe. Valerie Morales. Jackson Bradley Ramstead. Luna Rivera Green. Natalia Rodriguez. Julia Elizabeth Peterson. Kenley Pope. Fiona Ashlyn Richardson. Luis Rivera. Noah Smith. Julie Rodriguez. Jesus Alberto Naranjo. Jackson Roberts. Thank you. Zual Lucas Pessoa. Veronica Paz. Shanita Pitch. Ken Van Christine Pham. Kaylee Solak. Sebastian Anthony Paplo. Luca Roby. Dennis Rivard. Luke Wugumgeg. Riley Ramirez. Braden Snyder. Hannah Plazo. Mason Scheffler. James Smith. Miklo Morales. Elsa Saviano. Bao Dui Pham. Van Lam. Rihanna Sornberger. Ishita Shah. Jacob Cecil. Amy Sung-young. Sean Robert Stavig. Dylan Schoenfelder. Bennett Still. Aaliyah Shelton. Ellie Smith. Jessica Romo. Weston Shirley. Madison Stem. Tori Rooney. Brandon Valencia. Brianna Marie Saez. Larissa Tabarez. Vin Tran. Michael Santos. Alyssa Nicole Soriano. Sahil Sandhu. Charmaine Stark. Kiara Smith. Amanda Tang. Yakub Silla. Heat Tran. Amber Tran. Jacqueline Cerez Gonzalez. Jaden Talt. Tien Tran. Elizabeth Tran. Brianna Toy. Caden Hai Trang. Ureli Torres Reynoso. Grace Tollefson. Karen Vo. Hannah Tran. Braden Valentine. Benita Saria Van. Liliana Zaffarino. Jessica Maria Valdovinos. Maxim Yevshugov. Claudia Rojas Guzman. Cody Jensen. Alexandra Zapata. Colby Kirkpatrick. Tomas de Jesus Gallardo Marquez. Hai To. Gracie Winslow. Annie Woodrum. Butra Zeu. Israel Vieira Palomino. Kaylee Wade. Basin Xiao. Myra Villa. Aria Vansefe. Sydney Andrea Williams. Erilyn Wolf. Steve Trejo. Joseph Rotar. Alethea Valenzuela.
Congratulations, graduate. Now your class president, Aaron Cotton, will lead you in one last act as your president, the turning of the tassel.
The changing of the tassel from the right to the left is symbolic of your transition from Cascade High School students to Cascade High School alumni. At this time, graduates, please make the appropriate adjustment.
B-R-U-I-I-I-N-S, Bruins, Bruins, go Bruins. B-R-U-I-I-I-N-S, Bruins, Bruins, go Bruins. B-R-U-I-I-I-N-S, Bruins, Bruins, go Bruins. B-R-U-I-I-I-N-S, Bruins, Bruins, go Bruins.
And now, Dr. Salzman, I present the graduating class of Cascade High School, the class of 2020. We now invite our newest alumni to participate in the alma mater. The words are printed in your program and will be on the screen. Thank you.